Welcome back to the channel, guys, the Psychotic Circus of Savannah. I know you're probably saying, hey, why are you outside? We're doing a bit of a different video today. I've gotten this package from Haunted Hill Farm, and to be honest, I am a little intimidated. We're outside because we are going to be putting together the largest commercially released animatronic available, which is a 15-foot clown from Haunted Hill Farm. Right now, other animatronics that you're going to be able to find at big box stores are kind of maxing out around 12 feet. So this is going to be 3 feet larger than my largest prop. I don't know if it's going to fit in my house, so we're going to put it together outside. So I know that when this first came out, there was a lot of talk and actually some concern because a lot of people were saying that this was made by Sunstar, which we all know Sunstar doesn't always have the highest quality of animatronics. However, I can promise that the aluminum for this animatronic is the same as some of the 12-foot animatronics, if not even better. I'm really pleasantly surprised with the quality of the aluminum frame that this animatronic has. And on top of that, it is rated for outdoor use, which I don't believe Sunstar has ever done before. So not only does this come with a solid aluminum frame, it comes with a huge head. The mechanism itself is, again, rated for outdoor use. And they also came with a full colored instruction manual, which is like pages long. And I actually appreciate that. I know a lot of you guys are probably saying,
Savannah, you don't use instructions.
But in this case, I'm probably gonna, because this is so much larger than any animatronic I've ever put together. Now the sun is starting to go down, so as it starts getting darker in this video, I will add the appropriate lighting, but I'm really excited to check this guy out. So let's start putting him together. So far it's been pretty self-explanatory. Just start with the base, use the labels with letters to guide on what poles to put where. Right now, this thing is probably larger than most commercial animatronics, and we are nowhere near being finished. I am 6'2", and this towers over me, and we are nowhere near the top of this guy. We're not even at technically his waist just yet. This is one of those animatronics where you're instructed to lean it up against the box that it came shipped in. So that'll be our next step. So I've added the pants on it, and I'm using the box to kind of brace the setup. I will say that the box is not in the best condition. Thanks, FedEx. I've now added what I'm assuming is the waist on, but I did notice one thing. This side has some hardware, and that side does not. I'm not sure if it fell out during shipping, seeing how there was quite a bit of holes in this box, but we're gonna see if we can make do without it. So the quick answer is no, you definitely need to have the hardware. However, I did have an extra stake that I went ahead and inserted in there. We're gonna see if that works as a band-aid until I can head over to the hardware store. The pants do not have elastic or even a hook and loop Velcro type fastener. It has pieces of ribbon to tie around the hip hoop, which I'm not sure, especially with high October winds, how well those will hold. I will probably end up replacing those for some Velcro straps. We've now added the arms, the hands, and the shirt to this gigantic beast of an animatronic. So it's now time to add this massive head. Now I'll be honest, when I saw this head online, I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it in person. The paint job is actually much better than I thought it was going to be. However, the plastic is pretty thin. Not sure if you can tell on camera, but all of this can be dented pretty quickly. It's very hollow. The thickness is about the same thickness of, let's say, like a Lunchables tray. But hopefully, we won't have any issues with that because this guy will be so high up in the air that we won't have to worry about anybody touching him. So we have him up, we're gonna plug him in, try him out, but this thing is huge. This thing is about the same size as my house.
5 seconds of fright, 5 years of therapy. Sweet dreams. I'll be seeing you later. We'll see who has the last laugh. Can I ask you a question? Does this makeup make me look crazy?
So pros and cons of this guy. Pro, he is the largest commercially released animatronic you can find, and it is absolutely huge. Even once I lifted him up, seeing the sheer magnitude that this guy is, I was very, very, very impressed. I was absolutely blown away with his size. No diddy. His head movement back and forth is pretty quick, surprisingly. Thought it would be a little bit slower.
No diddy.
His speaker is also really loud and really high quality. It's better than some of the 12-foot animatronics you may be able to get from another store. I do wish that his arms were a little more posable so he wasn't doing this strange zombie type of look. And also the back of his head is pretty flat, so once he turns his head you can kind of see that, but realistically I feel like those are both minor cons to this animatronic. I was able to get him put together in a little less than an hour, and I did it by myself. So I imagine if I had a little bit of assistance with it, it would actually cut that time down substantially. And when you figure that a 6-foot animatronic takes approximately about the same time to put together, that's not a bad situation for a guy this tall. Again, the head part is a little thin and flimsy. However, it probably has to be, seeing how it's 15 feet up in the air. But one thing that they did here that other animatronics frankly don't do is they added this wire pool noodle thing around his knees and elbows to really make it a little more rounded out to not look so robotic. The only other con is I wish I would have put this guy in the place I wanted to keep him all season before putting him together for this demo. I'm somehow gonna have to tear this dude down tonight. So let me know what you guys think. Put your comments down below. There's a link in the description that if you use, you'll actually get a major discount on this guy. So I urge all of you to at least check him out. Thanks, and happy haunts.